Welcome to NFL Live. Hey, we're just 3 days away from Championship Sunday. It's almost here, and we've got you covered. We'll start in the AFC. Michelle Steele is in Kansas City with the Chiefs. A live report from her is coming your way. Elena Getzenberg is with the Bills. And in the NFC, Jeremy Fowler has you covered with the Commanders. We'll get to him in just a little bit, but we got to start in Philly. Sal Powell is there, of course. So good to see you, Sal. And you just got done watching Eagles practice. How did Jalen Hurts in that knee look?
Well, let's start with the newspaper. Your Philadelphia Daily News. There's the headline. Hurts, I'll be ready to go. That's what he said yesterday. Now, here's what I saw today at practice just a little while ago. They're still on the practice field, Laura, but I just came from the practice field. Check it out. Here's the video of him warming up. What I see is a quarterback trying to get ready to go. He is stretching the knee, left knee. He's definitely a little bit stiff. He's moving gingerly. He's not trying to overdo it. He's trying to put some pressure on that left knee, shift his weight, deliver the football. We're not seeing much practice, just a little bit of warm-up. But what I'm seeing, Laura, is a guy that's trying to get himself ready to go. Remember, hurt with 3:51 left in the third quarter, that left knee. Didn't do much after that. Only attempted 3 passes, hit all 3, but not for much yardage. Only 1 rushing attempt for -1 yards against the Rams after he was hurt. They need him to be much more mobile. Why? Washington has been rushing the passer very well in the postseason. 3 sacks, 8 hurries, and I'll tell you what, he's got to move a lot better than what I saw today so far.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it. Just great stuff from Sal there. You saw the video as well. They're still at practice, as Sal just. Now, the Eagles were the only team in the league to call more run plays than they did pass plays in 2024. The results were great, okay? The Ravens were the only team to have more rushing yards, explosive runs, and first downs. But the flip side is Philly ranked 31st in passing yards per game in front of only the Patriots. The Eagles have averaged 93 passing yards per game so far this postseason. So here's one of their receivers, A.J. Brown, on the key to the game.
It's on us to go out there, too, and step up. We all got to step up, everybody. It's an opponent that we're familiar with, and they're familiar with us. And, you know, they're playing great ball right now. Got a lot of confidence over there, too. So it's going to take all of us to go out there and win this game on Sunday.
It's going to come down to who's going to make the play when it matters the most. You know, most importantly, playing the team 3 times or the first time, and in this atmosphere. So in this game, this magnitude, it's going to come down to making plays.
All right, well, obviously we heard from Saquon, too, there as we welcome you to the show. There's Dan Orlovsky, Mina Kimes, Marcus Spears, Ryan Clark. The wave is here. That means we can officially get going. Marcus, the Eagles have leaned on that run game all season. We've talked about this a lot. It's worked. Do you see them deviating from that plan at all, though, on Sunday?
No, Boogie. If you pick the winning numbers to the lotto and you had certain numbers that you like to play and they consistently won, would you change them? No, you wouldn't. So if I'm the Eagles, and I've said this before, the Eagles look at their run game like other teams look at their explosive pass game. Here's the caveat. A.J. Brown actually mentioned it. It's those critical plays. Can you convert third downs to keep your drives going? Can you make the important throws when you need to? And obviously, when you throw the ball to A.J. Brown, history tells us he's going to catch those more than not. But this run game is what Philly has used to put themselves in the NFC Championship. I'm not deviating away from it unless Washington can force me to. And that's been very hard for teams this season. They are in the NFC Championship. There is a big sample size of Philadelphia running the football. And guess what has happened, Boogie? No one has stopped it. So until somebody does, I'm going to use it to have the same success that got me to the point I'm at right now.
Yeah, first of all, if you had said, yes, deviate from the run game, I think I would have been so shocked I wouldn't have been able to do the rest of the show there, Marcus. I think the question for Philly isn't sort of going away from the run. It's if Washington completely sells out to stop the run, what is the run-pass balance there, right? Because for Philly, and this, by the way, happened the second half of in Week 16 when Jalen Hurts got hurt. They did sell out to stop the run. there's a little bit of risk reward there. Yes, you get stuffed, but if Washington puts, a bunch of men on the line of scrimmage and stacks the box and Saquon gets through, that's how you get those explosives. So you don't want to go away from it completely, even in those scenarios. I do think, however, it is likely to happen. Washington is going to emphasize stopping the run. And for Philadelphia, you almost have to use the pass game as an extension of the run game in those scenarios. Screens, RPOs, quick hitters over the middle of the field. A.J. Brown hasn't been a big piece of the playoffs thus far. To me, A.J. Brown on slants, shallow crossers, that is a way to get him going if, again, Washington emphasizes stopping the run.
Yeah, I think when you look at what we've seen from this team, especially in the second game, early on, we watched the run game with Jalen Hurts be extremely explosive, whether it was him on the zone reads, called quarterback runs, or even using his legs in the scramble. Things started to tighten up when Kenny Pickett was at the quarterback position. How does Jalen Hurts' injury change that? Also, just going back to last week and watching the Washington Commanders attempt to get stops against the Detroit Lions, albeit a different team in the pass game, it was their ability to create turnovers that changed this game. Whether it was Armstrong's sack, the pick six by Quan Martin, a huge play by Mike Shanastrell late in the second quarter, or finding a way to end the game with the Jeremy Chin interception, can they create those plays against the Philadelphia Eagles, who they had a tough time stopping early on in that second game while Jalen Hurts was a part of the running game?
Ryan, you mentioned the second game. I mean, the interesting element of all this is that they've played each other three times. This will be the third time, they've faced each other all year. How do you expect the Commanders to attack this Eagles offense this time around?
Well, with the Jalen injury, there's been one team that gave Saquon Barkley 5 negative runs, which led the season, and 4 of those were on first down, which led the season. It was on December 22nd against the Washington Commanders, that game that Jalen Hurts went out. And it was really after that where you saw this defensive line decide to go, we're going to go into penetration and attack mode. Saquon Barkley led the NFL in yards before contact, almost 1,400. They completely flipped the script in that game. This was 3, 4, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, putting hands on Saquon, making him change direction, setting the edge and forcing the cutback, and then having bodies there. Because of that lack of gun run, which was big, in that gun run, not having the threat of that zone read, which was a massive part. And if Washington senses that Jalen Hurts isn't as effective, or they're not going to threaten him with the run that much, I would fully expect this defensive line to play penetration football and try to replicate that early down negative run success they had.
Again, this game Sunday at 3 Eastern. A lot more on it coming throughout the show as we get you ready for it. Coming your way.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just wanted to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support. And hope to see you on the next video.